Excuse me, are you Detective George Rowland?
Depends who's asking, darling.
I'm Miss Page. I was told that you're someone who can help me find something stolen from me.
Well, Miss Page, take a seat, and we'll see what we can do.
I suppose I should start from the beginning. I work for a man named Mr. Sinclair. Perhaps you've heard of him? He has, shall we say, an excess of wealth and a taste for fine antiques. That's where I come in. I procure whatever items take his fancy at the time.
So you're an art dealer for the mob. And let me guess, these antiques are most often stolen. I've never heard of Sinclair doing anything the legal way.
Yes. I verify the legitimacy of the items. I often have to pick them up or ensure that they cross the border when necessary. His most recent item was a Russian nesting doll that he paid a lot of money for. I'm not one to question Mr. Sinclair, but I believe he paid way over the market price for such a piece.
I see, Miss Page. Well then, let's get to the point. Why do you need my help?
Oh, of course. After retrieving the figurine, I stored it in my room. I was going to give the doll to Mr. Sinclair when he was next available.
And let me guess, this trinket was stolen.
Yes.
And if you're worried that if Sinclair is willing to pay this much for this doll, there's got to be another reason why he wants it.
You're correct, Detective. I don't know how much you know about Mr. Sinclair, but people rarely cross him and get a second chance.
Does he know you've lost it yet?
No. I'm supposed to give it him in 2 days. I don't.
I'll take your case, Miss Page.
Really? And please call me Piper.
I may be taking the case, Miss Page, but I can't promise nothing. Like I can't promise that Sinclair won't find out about this. But if I need to speak to him, I will. But it'd be bad for business if a client of mine got killed. So you'll be staying here. Do we have a deal?
Yes. Thank you so much, Detective. I'll pay double whatever your rate is.
Double? You haven't heard my rates yet.
I promise I can pay. I don't want to die, Detective. Not over this.
I'll try my best. Right now, we have an arrangement. But tell me, who do you think will take it?
I honestly don't know. The list of people who even knew about the doll is small, and I don't know anyone with a death wish who would crush Joseph.
Joseph?
Mr. Sinclair.
I see. Well, the first thing we're going to do is take a look at your room. So give me your keys. You'll be staying on that couch. So get comfortable. Charles Avery, is it? I wouldn't if I was you. Certainly counting a lot, aren't you?
What do you want to know, Detective?
So you know I'm a detective. How?
I have been following Piper.
Why?
She has something of Mr. Sinclair's, and I want it.
Doll, why do you want it?
Well, actually, I don't. I just want to make sure that bastard Sinclair doesn't get his mitts on it.
You got a grudge against Sinclair. You gotta have a brass balls to piss that man off.
He ain't what he used to be. He got old and soft. Used to have honor, for one thing. But the bastard has no loyalty anymore.
No.
No. I worked for him for the past 10 years, but I ran up a bit of gambling debt. So I asked him for a loan. Not much. You know what he said to me? He just laughed at me. The bastard. If I can get that doll, he'll be the one looking like a fool.
So you don't have the figure?
No. I heard it was missing, so I figured if I followed you, you'd lead me to it.
Who told you it was stolen?
Little Piper, of course. We used to be friends. We worked for Sinclair for about the same amount of time now. Let me give you some advice, detective. I'm not the only one who wants off Sinclair's ship. Piper's sick of it too. We used to talk about how we get out, but I ain't waiting for her any longer.
So where's the doll, Avery?
I ain't got a clue. But don't worry, I'll find it. But if you find it first, I've got to scratch up some more dough if you pass it my way.
It's a nice offer, but I'm being paid to find it. And I'm not one for double-crossing my clients. Doesn't do well for business.
You're back?
I ran into a friend of yours at the hotel. We had a little chat.
Who?
Charles Avery. Apparently used to be close, and you told him about the doll being missing.
Yes. I told him it had been taken. I wanted his help so I could find it and get it back from Mr. Sinclair. But he refused. He has some grudge against Mr. Sinclair. He said he wouldn't lift a finger to help him. Or me.
We'll have to be careful about him. He offered me a bribe to give him the doll when I found it.
What did you say?
No, of course. I ain't a double-crosser, though he seemed very keen to get his hands on it.
Really?
It would seem it's a race now. My only move is going to be to speak to Sinclair. I want to know if you can tell me anything helpful.
Please, George, I'm scared.
Don't be, darling. I'll keep you safe. Stay here and you'll be fine. Hopefully you'll be able to get back to your nice hotel room soon.
Do you promise?
I'll do what I can.
But do you promise that you can keep me safe?
I promise. Mr. Sinclair. Can I have a word?
Sit. Drink. Now, what can I do for you, Mr.
Detective George Wilmot.
A detective? Has Inspector Welker sent you? She's like a dog with a bone, that one.
No. I'm a private investigator.
That's a shame. Cops are so much easier to deal with when you have certain friends.
I was hired by an associate of yours, a Miss Paige Piper.
What's Piper got herself involved with now?
Their hotel was burgled, and a certain item was stolen.
My figure.
Yes.
That stupid bitch. I should never have trusted her. I'm gonna have to kill her.
pity if you don't.
No.
You see, she hired me to find it, and trust me, I will.
And why should I trust a too big gumshoe like yourself?
Because I've got no reason to want that doll. She hired me to find it, and that's all.
Fine. But why should I trust her? I'm no fool. I know she's been hanging around with Avery, and I don't trust him anymore. He comes to me asking me to give him some money to pay off some gangster he owes, and I'm not about to give some crook money. It's not good for the competition, you see. Not that I have any competition. I run this city, and I've got fools like Welker chasing their own tails. The politicians listen to me. I draw the line. Nobody steps over that line. Not Welker, not Avery, and not Miss Piper. I own them all.
Do you think it's smart to be telling me all this? That's basically a full confession right there.
I'm not worried. You see, I'm going to own you too. This is to ensure that you bring the doll back to me, not Piper.
Do you think you can bribe me?
Oh, this isn't a bribe. No. You bring that doll to me, and I'll leave Miss Piper alone. This is just the cherry on top. So what do you say, detective? Have we got a deal?
You've got a deal.
Good boy, detective. Now, go and bring back my doll.
Managed to get the money together. You got the doll? Good. I don't know why he wants the stupid thing. But he screwed me over once. I'll happily do anything to screw him back. Pleasure doing business with you. If only you knew, eh?
Sam.
George, good to see you. What brings you down to my crime scene?
Avery's part of an investigation I've been running.
What investigation?
It doesn't matter. Tell me what you got.
One shot in the back, right through his tipper. No way he saw it coming. His gun wasn't even drawn.
You have anything on him? Any money?
Not a penny. Why?
I'm just thinking. Might have been a deal gone bad. You might have pissed off the wrong person.
Avery was involved with Sinclair. I've been after him for a while now, George. You owe me this. What do you know?
Don't crowd me, Sam. If I know anything, I'll tell you. Avery's dead.
What?
He was shot in the back. It was quick.
Do you know who did it?
That's what I was going to ask you, darling.
What do you mean?
You were robbed by someone, and then the other man who was searching for the thief is killed. No coincidence?
Do you think the thief killed him?
I'm not sure yet. Sinclair promised not to hurt you, but he said nothing about Avery. Maybe he got tired of Avery getting in the way. Maybe it's our own mystery man. We know Avery was prepared for the pay for the doll. Maybe he tried, but something went wrong. I'm not sure. Maybe, Miss Page, it was you.
Don't say something like that, George.
It's Fitz. I told you he was looking to keep the doll out of Sinclair's hands, and that scared you. So you shot him to stop him from getting in the way. I wouldn't blame you. You were scared and thought you couldn't do anything else.
Stop it. How could you say something like that? I thought you liked me.
What made you think that, Dollface?
You promised to keep me safe. Please, I'm not a killer. I don't have it in me.
No, I just don't think that's true. I don't think there's a single person out there on those streets incapable of killing. It just depends on who and what they're doing it for.
I couldn't. Never.
You could if your life depended on it. It was you or them.
Please stop talking like this. It wasn't me.
No, of course it wasn't. I think you've had someone else do it for you. But I don't think this time it was you. I just don't think your motive adds up. It's always about the motive. Now, if someone shot Sinclair in the back, I'll take you down to the station myself.
You scared me then. I thought you really believed it was me. Do you think whoever killed Avery is going to come after me?
No. If it is the thief, he's got no reason to come back for you. And if it was Sinclair, well, we had an arrangement.
What are you going to do now?
Me? I'm going to head back to the office. Something isn't right about this case. The feds just don't add up. It seems like our cast is incomplete. There's someone else just lurking on the edge. I'm sure of it. Get some sleep. You should be safe here now.
Good night, George.
Good night, Piper.
Morning, sunshine. How's the head?
I thought we had a deal, Sinclair.
We did. I promised not to hurt Miss Page, but I never said anything about you, did I?
Why then?
Why? Well, that's easy. I don't trust you. It's really very simple. Now, I want my figure, so where is it?
What's so special about it, Sinclair?
Oh, no. You aren't asking the questions, Detective. I am. Where's my egg?
Egg? What are you on about?
I guess I ruined the surprise. I couldn't care less about the doll. It's what's inside that I want. Tell me, Detective, what do you know about Tsar Nicholas II?
He was the last emperor of Russia.
Of course, yeah. But he was so much more. Did you know he was a family man? He cared for them greatly. How do you think he showed his wife he cared?
I'm guessing you didn't take her for a nice dinner.
No. He had the most fantastic jeweled eggs made. The most spectacular things you'd ever see. The Fabergé eggs. Most of them were lost over time, leaving very few, but that just makes them worth so much more. Now, detective, do you understand why I want my figure? The egg inside is worth millions, worth more than Miss Page's life. Or yours.
More than Avery's.
In the end, his life was worth very little, detective.
Is that why you had him killed?
I think I'd be more concerned about your life, Mr. Volant. Where is my egg?
I don't know.
Don't play the fool with me, detective. I am becoming very impatient.
I haven't found it yet, but I can.
You want it for yourself, don't you? I am not a man to be trifled with. Does Miss Page have it? Are you going to split it with her? What if I go and ask her? I'm sure she'd be more cooperative.
You stay away from it, Sinclair! We had a deal!
Then tell me where it is!
Is he dead?
There, Dr. Dillinger. Why are you here?
I got scared on my own. I wanted to be with you to feel safe, but when I arrived I heard shouting. I thought he was going to kill you. I only shot him to protect you, George. Oh God, I'll hang for this.
No, you won't. You were never here. You got that?
What do you mean?
You shot him to protect me, right? Then I'll protect you. Give me the gun. Where did you get this from?
I found it in a drawer on your desk. I was scared that whoever took the doll would come back, so I borrowed it.
Smart. Sinclair didn't want the doll. He wants the Fabergé egg inside. Apparently it's worth millions.
I never knew.
You're gonna need to get out of town for a while.
I have family in Spain. I could go there.
Good. Take this. It should be enough for you to get there. Don't call.
But George?
No. You've got to go. Maybe in another life. Goodbye, Piper.
Goodbye, George.
Inspector Sam Welker, please. Sam, it's George. I solved the Avery murder for you. I also saved the taxman some money too. Sinclair's dead in my office. Get over here now. No. I'm not going anywhere.
Run me through it again, George.
Sinclair ties me up. He missed the killing Avery. I managed to grab my spear from the desk, and when he turned around, I shot him.
All this over an egg.
Yeah, an egg worth millions.
The problem I have, George, is the gun that you shot Sinclair with is the same gun that shot Avery.
What you mean?
I mean, I know you killed both of them and tried to pin it on them. It was a pretty good plan, all things considered. You just should have used a different gun, George. You might have got away with it then.
Wait, how can there be a match?
You used to be a good guy, but obviously something's broke you. This is a pretty open and shut case. Sorry to say this, but it looks like you'll hang for it. Turns out a lot of Sinclair's friends are judges, and they aren't too happy you killed him. It's nice knowing you, George.
She played me for a fool. Maybe in another life.